Hey guys, and thanks for joining us for the kickoff of Chaos Week. It's been a long time coming.
Oh yeah.
But the Chaos book is here. First official book for 6th edition.
Yes.
Although we all reckon,
everything back
stuff,
probably
right?
the Blood Angels even has been written with 6th edition in mind. Once you actually really look into the rules.
But this is the first official book. As you'll notice, it's not on the table. Don't be worrying about that. I suppose that the main question is, I don't really care what your impressions are of the book yet, because during the course of this week we're going to find out, because these two guys are dissecting it. I would like to know, do Chaos players, existing Chaos players, need to be afraid the way us Tyranid players needed to be afraid whenever the book came out?
By the end of the week, the answer is no. And even better than that, all the stuff that you have in your current army, pretty much you might want to dust them all off, because a lot of them are still very, very good.
Most of it, some of the stuff that was cheesy previously isn't so cheesy now, but some of the stuff that you had previously has got very, very good.
So we're not going to have a bunch of massively depressed viewers by the end of this week then?
No.
Well, do you know what, guys? That's always a good start. What's new?
We have our mighty boon table.
That's it.
All one of the main rules that have come in for the Chaos is all your champions and your characters, virtually to a man, have to challenge and have to accept challenges at the start.
That doesn't sound very good.
well, that's the point. The first time we read it, we sort of skimmed over it and went, "Oh, well, there's a load of guys do that," and then later on you go, "Oh, hang on a second, this isn't so great," because now all these really rubbish guys basically are taking guys like Abaddon and all out of the combat for one turn.
Yeah.
So Abaddon is in the book.
Yes.
Is he Abaddon or is he a good one?
He's a middling.
You'll have to wait for the HQ one for that. But
yes,
no.
he has his tricks still.
Yeah, he still has his trick.
He's still a bit of combat machine.
Yeah. Now, in our kind of on-off chats around the water coolers over here, one of the things that has been lost from the book is Lash. Yes. Now, Lash was a really big theme of the Chaos Space Marines.
It was one of the spam competitive things that you saw. All the players at tournaments had Demon Prince with wings, with Lash, our old mate here, flying around with wings. You can still have your Demon Prince with wings and a big axe, but he can't lash any longer.
So Lash is just completely gone altogether.
They've forgotten how to do it. I believe there's a little bit of fluff in there. Say they mind meld it with Spock and they forgot how to do Lash.
Mind meld it with Tar and forgot how to do Lash, perhaps.
But this worries me though. Obviously, by the end of the week, I'll know better from watching you guys and getting a feel for what's happened. But I do have my concerns, and I've had it for a little while now, that the things that make an army special for me were the little rules that affected, most often not that, like movement or something like it. It gave that army a special way of playing, because I didn't see any other army lashing a group of Space Marines, pull them to a new location and then bashing them with something else. It looked like a really kind of specific tactic to these guys. But is it just going to end up Space Marines? Are they all going to end up with these similar kinds of tactics?
No, because you all have your own flavour, like your boon table and things like that there.
Yeah.
That they have all their own new psychic powers now, and each one of the Chaos variations has its own psychic powers that it can do.
Well,
Lash may be gone, but there's lots of other stuff come in.
Well, this is the other thing for me, from a narrative point of view. I always love to see really nicely themed. Why are you laughing whenever I say narrative?
It's from a narrative point of view. I don't go narrative point of view. There's a guy's got 1 point more stat than another guy.
That's as narrative as it gets.
That's narrative.
Look, from a narrative point of view, I always liked really nicely themed Chaos armies. So the ones that always, one of the reasons I never really quite got into it was because I didn't like this mix of Nurgle, Slanesh, Khorne, all mixed into the one melting pot. It always it never had a continuity to it.
The armies now will work best if you stick with a pure Nurgle army, a pure Zinch army, a pure Khorne army. Yeah. We reckon they'll work best that way.
Well, you say that. Remember, we've argued about this, Darryl. You can still mix and match them. So
you
still can, but you've got to do it in a specific way.
But you're not penalised. You're not suffering a penalty by doing an old Khorne army.
Well, one of the things that have come in is your Khorne Lord can't join like Nurgle Marines. Mm-hmm. He has to again join Khorne Marines, or else non-affiliated Marines. Mm-hmm. You know, so
we'll tell you the secret behind that one in the HQ section. About what's possibly the best way to do it for your Lord.
The obvious one is on Saturday past, the new models and the Codex release. Yep. People will want to know. Have we got something to look forward to in these new models?
There is some pretty tasty combat in some of these new models. You have the new flying dragon as well.
Yeah, straight from Power Rangers. I mean, straight from...
That's a hell
No, nobody has a dragon. GW invented dragon. They own the copyright to dragon now. So you're not allowed to say dragon anymore, guys. GW own the copyright to this business
we'll call him a dragoon.
Yeah, the Hell Drake. He's a flyer, and he's all right.
He's got...
But again, you'll have to wait for the video to see exactly what we think of it.
Yeah, and I can't wait to actually see the models.
The models will be. We'll have a look at the models too. The Raptors, of course, have all got a new plastic kit, which also make the warp talons. You'll see what we think of those as well. There's the brand new Dreadknot come walkers, who are the sort of half dragon, half mechanical beasties. Yeah. There's something to be said about those too. So.
But there's no. Is there any mention of? Do you know the old Chaos Dreadknot? I think it's gone now. Is it?
It's basically gone. Yeah. It converted into the other Dreadnought that comes in starter box.
The Hellbrute.
The Hellbrute
basically became the Dreadnought.
The Hellbrute killed it and ate it, and now it's
edit.
That's it. And now we've got the Hellbrute instead.
Yeah, Hellbrute's in. It's a good little Dreadnought. It is as Dreadnoughts go.
Yeah. I think then, what is the kind of the shape? Now, there's been talk bandied around in here, because I've been kind of listening and overhearing, of chaos armies that are almost like horde armies, very, very heavy marine-based armies.
We may be fans of horde chaos here.
It's certainly one way of building an army, and certainly one way of having a pretty good army.
There is your option to have hundreds of cultists as well wandering around the board.
Really?
Zombie cultists. And
zombie cultists, that's right.
We have been looking at our zombie vixens from War Games Factory as your zombie cultists for just giggles and laughs.
Well, if it's horde army, then how feasible is it for me to just go out and buy 3 or 4 boxes of Dark Vengeance, chuck away all the Dark Angel stuff?
For one, you get what 20 cultists,
cultists
in the Dark Vengeance box. You can have a unit of 35 of them, so you're going to need a lot of Dark Vengeance before you're going to fill up on cultists.
6 times 35 of them, and they can be zombies or not, depending on your HQ choice.
So what you're really saying is we need to find a way of getting loads of cheap cultists.
Loads of cheap cultists. Yep.
Mantic.
That's it. But yeah, the good thing about the Chaos book is, basically, it's a nice book for guys who already have Chaos, and it's a good book for anybody who wants to start something new for 6th edition, because it's going to be easy to collect.
Easy for beginners to get into? Would you say it would make a reasonable starter army?
You could do a very straightforward starter army. You could with this, and it's a nice style of looking army as well, and it's not the hardest to paint. If you're painting most of your guys just black or green, it's not the worst army to get into. You could do a reasonable job on.
Yeah,
black, gold, and
definitely. We'll during the week we'll try and make up some sort of starter army as well that people might want to have a go of, and we'll look at possibly something tournament worthy as well.
Yeah, so we'll look at what you could add onto your Dark Vengeance to make yourself up to a reasonable little army.
Sounds good. So. It's going to be an interesting week for everybody. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not giving away very much, guys.
No,
but to be fair, it's all going to be coming out, isn't it?
That's it.
Well, guys, stay tuned. We hope you enjoy the week. Get involved in the comments. Tell us what you think of the Chaos stuff. No doubt you've probably picked it up over the weekend. Again, if there's any errors or anything you don't agree with, make sure you get stuck in there and tell us all about it, and we can debate it in the comments.
Oh yeah.
You love that bit.
I love that bit.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and enjoy the week.
see you.